When Cooper Kupp finished playing his senior season of high school football, it didn't look like he was going to be playing the game at the next level, at least not on a scholarship. Kupp had no scholarship offers until 3 weeks after his senior season, per ESPN. Despite the fact that both his father Craig and grandfather Jake played in the NFL, no coach responded to the tape that he had sent out. 9 years later, and Kupp is one of the NFL's best receivers. The 6'2 playmaker operates out of the slot for the Rams and has put forth a stellar start to the 2021 NFL season. He's established a strong rapport with Matthew Stafford and ranks as the #1 fantasy football wide receiver in most formats. How did Kupp reach this height? It was a long journey for him that started in the FCS. Here's a look at how Kupp rose through the ranks to become the Rams' top pass-catching weapon. Kupp went to Eastern Washington during his college career. The FCS school is most noted for its field, which is made of red turf and known affectionately as the Inferno. Kupp blossomed playing for the Eagles. He helped Eastern Washington to a 41-11 record during his time with the team and set numerous NCAA records. This included the NCAA's all-time receiving yards record, and below are the FCS records that belonged to him. Kupp's strong play put him on the map ahead of the 2017 NFL Draft. He was considered one of the top receiver prospects in a strong draft class that also featured Mike Williams, Juju Smith-Schuster, and Curtis Samuel. The Rams eventually drafted Kupp in the 3rd round. He was the 7th receiver chosen and was the 69th overall pick at the beginning of the 3rd round. Rams coach Sean McVay was excited to land Kupp at that point in the draft. He raved about Kupp's intelligence and said that he was one of the most pro-ready receivers he had evaluated. "I think he's wired the right way," McVay said of Kupp in a post-draft press conference. "You can see he's always got a plan at the line of scrimmage, with how he's going to work versus different coverages and where the holes are in that coverage. He's got great hands." McVay's assessment ended up being right on, as Kupp progressed quickly with the Rams. Kupp burst onto the scene and recorded 869 receiving yards and 5 touchdowns. This came to the surprise of nobody, least of all Sean McVay. He always has a plan at the line of scrimmage, understands coverages and route concepts, and I think that's what enables him to be such a productive player and very advanced for a rookie, McVay said in a 2017 press conference. The Rams were hopeful that Kupp would parlay that into a bigger role in 2018. He played well to start the season and totaled 50 catches for 566 yards and 6 touchdowns in 8 games. Unfortunately, he suffered a torn ACL and missed the latter half of the season. Kupp made a full recovery ahead of the 2019 season. He put together his best season to date, racking up 94 catches, 1,161 receiving yards, and 10 touchdowns. In 2020, Kupp came just shy of back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons while posting 92 catches, 974 yards, and 3 touchdowns. His profile continued to rise, and he drew praise from another one of the NFL's elite receivers, Davante Adams. And a year later, Kupp has ascended to another level thanks in part to his new quarterback. After 2 weeks with Matthew Stafford, Kupp had 2 100-yard receiving games, and it became clear that he and Stafford were becoming a dynamic duo. All you had to do was listen to Stafford talk about Kupp in wake of the Rams' 24-21 win over the Colts in Week 2. "He's one of those guys that's just about as overlooked as anybody in the league," Stafford said of Kupp in his press conference. "He's extremely talented, does everything that we ask him to do, whether it's blocking for the other guys on the team, whether it be receivers or running backs, running down the field making big plays, catching the ball behind the line of scrimmage and going for big plays. He's a really talented player, and I'm just happy that I get to work with him." Stafford is surely making that known. He's been targeting Kupp many times throughout the season so far. Kupp has lots of yards and touchdowns on the year, and is proving that he's one of the NFL's best receivers. Fantasy owners have been quite delighted with his performances so far. Not only is Kupp on pace for a career year, but he's making moves that few have ever made on a football field. This includes the Ocho route, a move that he created. Essentially, he pretends to run a pivot on the play and breaks back to the outside while stopping the defensive back in his tracks. In fact, Kupp has been so lethal as a route runner that teams have been focusing in on him on 3rd downs to make the Rams' offense sputter. Byron Murphy of the Cardinals acknowledged that was a big part of their game plan in Arizona's 37-20 win over Los Angeles. "We know what type of player he is," Murphy said. "This week, he was emphasized because we know on 3rd downs, he's a favorite target." Kupp will continue to draw a lot of attention the rest of the year. He was named the NFC Offensive Player of the Month for September after all, and grades out as a top 10 NFL receiver per Pro Football Focus. Not bad for a kid who didn't have a college offer until 3 weeks after his senior year concluded. Well guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to Athletic Dive, and hit that notification bell so that you never miss a video. See you all next time.